What if I told you that your tithing may not be complete? Yes, you've been faithful in giving your 10%. But there's a biblical tithe hardly anyone talks about, the tithe of the tithe. This hidden command in Scripture was so important that even the Levites, the ones who collected tithes, were commanded by God to also pay a tithe from what they received. Imagine that. Ministers, priests, even those who lived off the offerings of others were not exempt from giving back to God. This is a truth buried in the book of Numbers that most Christians today have never heard of. And yet it carries powerful lessons about accountability, blessing, and obedience. Could this forgotten principle be the reason many people give faithfully, but never see the open windows of heaven promised in Malachi? Could it be the missing key to unlocking the flow of divine blessing in your life? Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal where it is in Scripture, why God commanded it, how it applies to us today, and what blessing or curse may follow if we ignore it. The origin of the tithe of tithes. The concept of the tithe is found in Numbers 18:25-32. God commanded Moses to instruct the Levites, who received tithes from the people of Israel, to take 10% of those tithes and present them as an offering to the priests, the sons of Aaron. This was not optional, it was a divine requirement. Think about it, the Levites lived off the people's tithes. Their income came directly from the contributions of others. Yet God still said, "Of the tithe that you receive, you must set aside a tithe for me." This principle makes one truth abundantly clear. No one is exempt from honoring God with their increase. The Levites could not say, "We already work in the temple, we don't need to tithe." God expected them to honor him by giving a portion back. This ensured the priests who ministered at the altar were also provided for. More importantly, it sanctified the Levites' income and reminded them that everything belonged to God. The tithe of the tithe was God's way of saying, even your blessing needs to be blessed. Even your portion must be made holy. Why God instituted it? Why would God command the Levites to give a tithe of the tithe? The answer lies in one powerful word: accountability. The Levites were spiritual leaders, chosen to serve in the house of God and supported by the people's tithes. But God never wanted leadership to become an excuse for exemption. He wanted the leaders to remain under his law, just like the people. The tithe of the tithe also carried a principle of sanctification. By setting apart a portion of what they received, the Levites acknowledged that their provision was holy, coming directly from God.